What I'm going to do is take down this lip right here in order to get our reel seat to fit down snug. I'm going to go ahead and just shape that down with a rasp or a file. I could very well put it on the rod wrapper, hit it with some sandpaper, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with the file this time. Now I'm wrapping this masking tape so I protect the blank just in case the file slips off the edge of the cork there. I don't nick the blank. When you nick graphite blank, you create a weak spot that could very well turn into a breakage later. Reel seat's getting in my way. And take the rasp and let it chew up that lip. I mean, I could also very well just take it off and not worry about it, but since it's there, I might as well use it. Just make sure that you're not digging into the wall of your grip. You want to cut down and out per se, as opposed to down and in. You want to keep that lip, that wall nice and consistent all the way around so you have a nice round surface for your reel seat to sit flush against. Getting that lip off ended up actually making it too thin and just wasn't worth it, so we went ahead and just took it off, which is fine. We're just going to act as if it was never there. So now all we got to do is epoxy it up. Make sure again that we have everything marked, just for convenience sake. Go ahead and mark our blank where our rear grip is going to stop. That way we know where to stop our epoxy. And we can also mark it right above the reel seat, which we already did, because we know we're going to stop our epoxy there. And then we can actually just put our grip right next to it, our foregrip. We know that our epoxy is going to stop right there. And now we just mix our epoxy up and put it on. Now that we've got our cork reamed out, our reel seat ready to go, we're ready to epoxy it up. And again, my personal preference is to start from the end and work our way towards the tip. So what I'm going to do is take our little butt cap, or our half round here, and when I put it in the blank, it's still a little too loose. No problem. All I'm going to do is just take a piece of this 1/4-inch tape and wrap it around the middle of it. Again, I don't want to cover up the whole plug, just enough in the middle to make it fit snug so the epoxy can form a bond between the actual rubber and the inside of the blank. That's perfect. That's ready to go. I'm going to take my rod bond. Mix it up. Again, you know, be on the safe side and mix plenty of it. A little more resin than hardener, so I'm going to add a little bit of hardener. Mix it up. Again, you can use paper plate, you know, piece of cardboard, anything will work. Just mix it up real good, bring in the epoxy from the edges. Make sure you're nice, one consistent mixture. All right. I'm gonna take a little bit of it, put it right on the plug. Again, making sure we get plenty of it on the rubber itself, not just the masking tape. Kind of load that front edge so the excess will fold back over the other areas and fill in any gaps we might have. Just like that. Push it in. Just like that. Just take my finger and wipe the excess off the bottom, just so keep it nice and clean, and putting on the rod lathe, we don't have wet epoxy everywhere. I'll go ahead and wipe that excess where our rear grip's going to go. Again, we marked with a China marker earlier where our epoxy is going to stop. So we're going to go ahead and get that coated well. Especially with cork, you want to make sure you leave plenty of excess and build it up pretty good. Because when you ream it out, you get grooves on the inside, and you want to fill those grooves up with epoxy. If that epoxy is too thin, it won't get all the way up in there, you won't have a strong bond. All right, it looks pretty good. Again, just gonna lightly push it down, spin it as we go. Slide it down. Nice and easy. We want to make sure we don't push our butt cap out while sliding the cork down. Looks good. So I'll take that excess off. Again, keeping clean as we go. Wipe it off a paper towel. And now our rear grip is installed. And again, because it's a pretty good sized reel seat, I'm going to go ahead and go with 4 rings, equally spaced across the seat. And before I actually build those rings up, I'm going to mark where I'm going to put those rings so I can be sure and space them evenly. And again, ideally, when you're building a spinning rod, you want to use the urethane arbors. It makes a big difference, but because in this case, as you see, there's not much play at all between our reel seat and our blank. So using a urethane arbor here wouldn't be too beneficial, and it could possibly crack. So we're just going to use tape. Go ahead and use the rod wrapper since I have it here. One ring down. Two.